Warning. Bloomin' Rage is the most boring piece of interactive media I have ever subjected myself to. Much of it is so tedious as to not be fit for human consumption. For your safety, I have been very heavy-handed with editing, and as a result, this supercut may make no sense if you are looking to follow the plot, or what little of it there is. Most of what follows is me trying to entertain myself in the absence of an actual video game.
This feels like I'm super zoomed in. Yeah, the FOV is literally gonna make me throw up instantly. We'll see. I've gotta go, Mom. I've had enough of your voice. I've had enough of it.
Oh, what's the rush? Really, Swan? Can't we talk?
Well, I am early, I guess.
Listening to your pretend mom is mandatory, and you can't just skip out. Staying silent is an option? Yeah, but if I stay silent, I'll have to listen to— oh, we're COVID-pilled.
It's just personal. Okay.
It's just personal. Reference. Stephen King's It. The evil is vanquished, and then 27 years later we have to go back. Why is there gaming on a slop channel? I have bad news about the kind of game this is. Oh! My heckin' Mascarino! Are we gonna have different designs? Will this protect me from clown virus? There has to be an evil clown in this. This is it.
I can do this.
Sorry, is that a bag with a giant container of maple syrup? That's our health bar. I played Firewatch. I didn't like it, but that's in part because I totally broke it and sequence broke the game and teleported around finding things like skis floating in the air. Yeah, I wonder if I can change the FOV because this is ludicrous. Hey, I wonder if this was made for a console. I didn't realize we were going to be playing COVID Simulator. Alright. Take one. 3-ply. ASMR level 3. Do I need to squirt? No going back. It's time to become an alcoholic. Who does this character remind me of? Chucky, maybe? Do you think I'll get a power in this game? I know we're gonna get to like record things. I don't want to talk to a cat in a video game, okay? When Charlotte, I'm not reading that. It's world building. This is this character's writing. Maybe it matters, all right? Maybe it matters, okay? While following a lead, agents found herself. I don't think this was actually important to read. Let's wait for the game to call back to that. I'm sure it will. The heckin' sticky hand I told you about. As a kid, I liked Star Wars Episode 1 because of the Jar Jar Binks tongue. Now, never mind that I was 25 when Episode 1 came out. No. when did Episode 1 come out? To be fair, I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old, and I thought the Jar Jar Binks sticky tongue you could get with a certain newspaper was really fun and cool. Flicking it at things. It's snacking time! There we go. It's just like heckin' Walking Dead. We gotta collect snacks and dole them out, but instead we can just eat them all ourselves. The frump. Giga frump. It's so like old fat ladies can play this and be like, damn, I might be frumpy, but at least I wasn't frumpy at that age. What a loser.
The dark crystal.
Alright.
Bingo.
Trial by stone!
He's the best Sweet 16 present ever.
You can't give them a camcorder nowadays. They'll be on OnlyFans uploading illicit materials. It's kind of authentic though. But like, it's not authentic to what people do with camcorders. It's authentic to bad itch.io horror games, right? Oh, my eyes are fine now. I just kept wearing these anyway. I think I was being poisoned by one of my colognes. Genuinely. It's like games that have a camera mechanic, but you can't just snap a pic, you have to film and wait. Which I guess could be cool, like if something's happening, but this tutorial at least doesn't give me hope. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Bonus points. Nope! I'm not doing 9 shots of the cat. Actually just not happening. Oh, f*** off! I'm not doing 15 birds either. Suck my asshole. Alright, we're gonna make her eat these pissy peanuts. We're gonna make her eat the peanuts that people touch with their hands after going to the bathroom and not washing. Gameplay. Wait, this game is a speedrunner's worst nightmare. I guarantee most speedrunners love this game. It would be worth it.
Done.
Like, if the reward was the main character gets Huntingtons, I'd do the collect 8 hunting shots. I am the Pokemon Snap audience. This should be captivating, but it's not. Geese just stand in your f***ing way on narrow paths, and then if you get too near to them, they hiss at you. They're pricks. That, I believe, is called a cairn. Stacks of rocks are called a cairn. The only thing geese are valuable for is their fat. Makes them good-ass potatoes. Although even then, you can make incredible potatoes with any kind of fat. Olive oil makes really good roast potatoes, unsurprisingly.
I was goblin core before it was like a thing, I guess.
Truly is inspired by Stephen King. I guess she's going goblin.
No worries. Didn't mean to scare you.
He says,
I'm
sticking
Gus.
his finger up my nostril. Didn't mean to scare you, just puts his nose 1 millimeter away from mine.
Can't come. So, what can I do for you?
You can shut up and leave me alone. Oh, my phone. There we go.
I could use a phone charger if you've got...
Naturally, for me, I probably would have ordered a drink and said, I would have been like, hey, can I get like a Jack and Coke? And by the way, do you have somewhere I can charge my phone? I wouldn't go like phone charger.
Yeah, we got a plug
first.
back here. So, what about a drink? We've got some specials for half
Yeah.
an hour.
Does she not understand?
Maybe you'd rather wait and order with your friend?
Wow. I'll wait for my friends
Thanks.
to order.
I'll wait for my friends.
Like, you don't need alcohol. You could order a Coca-Cola or something. You don't need to drink alcohol straight away.
In the meantime,
Your choices matter! The other choice was nature calls. My computer is at times not handling this very well, I feel. Maybe I should... Hang on. Before we run into any problems... Maybe even just like cap it at 6... We're on VSync. Let's VSync off and cap it at 60. Whoa. Did anyone else just immediately flash back to that supermarket most people run into really early on in Fallout 3? Yeah, it's the White Castle. It's an off-brand White Castle, but you know. Well, it's White Castle branding, but it's clearly Blockbuster, right? At the same time. So, look at those ants. I loved the animated ant texture in Skyrim. That was one of my favorite things in that game. Why? Okay. How come no trigger warning obesity? Trigger warning, this game contains obesity, which kills. Why is that never... My father was fat and he died early of a heart attack. Peace.
kinda need a brain freeze.
Fine. Don't do something cool and out of the box. By the way, this character is f***ed. She's gonna die so young. So young. That is all visceral fat. She's one of those people who has like really skinny fingers and arms, and then like her belly is huge. She's f***ed. It's over.
Bye then.
Fat distribution matters as well when it comes to health. That's close enough. Stay back.
Sorry. I wasn't sure if I'd recognize you.
I wasn't worried. I'm pretty sure you're the only black person who'll see all game. To the fence.
I'm late.
Do I grind beans? No, I just brew them whole. Yeah, I have a hand grinder. I got a Time More S3, which is expensive as hell, but I got it on sale. F off! This is just it! This is literally just it! A spooky thing happened when we were kids, and now we all have to get together again to deal with it as adults. And there's a red balloon. Off. Off. You. Off.
Wonder where it came from.
Hey! Stop that! What the hell? What are you doing? What the hell?
Me?
Oh shit, it's one of the Kanker
What are you,
sisters.
some kind of creep?
What?
Weren't you just recording me? Weirdo. Are you some kind of lesbo pervert?
Ooh. I was filming a balloon.
Like I already have to deal with skeevy guys all the time.
No, I'm just filming something and there was this...
Remember, if it looks like you're filming someone surreptitiously kissing someone else, you're the bad guy until they say something about you being gay, then they're the bad guy and you can record them and they shouldn't be worried. Who does he look like?
We got a problem here.
The characters in all these Don't Nod games keep looking more and more generic, and I think we're at the worst point it's ever been. This could be an avatar in like VR chat or some shit. Like a template. Is that guy from Final Fantasy 15? Yeah, Shareds, yeah.
Nice camera.
Here.
So fast.
Don't touch me, creep!
Jesus.
Ted, stop it! Corey! That's not cool.
Stay out of.
You know what? The strongest thing I'm reminded of, with the way these characters are interacted, the voice acting and everything, the direction, it reminds me of when Telltale's Walking Dead fell apart and went to shit. If you remember the later Walking Dead episodes.
But first, let's get some ice cream. My treat.
No thanks.
He's gonna cream all over me, bro! Get me out of here!
It's closed.
What have you done? Don't you absolute dipshit.
Fetch.
The twist is it just bounced against the chain fence.
Why'd you do?
Fucking fatso. Stay
Fatso, okay. I thought they were gonna go way harder than that.
There are these zines too.
Zines, you gotta do it. It was like, whoa, they're bringing up zine culture, Riot Girl stuff. Wow, putting that in video games. It's been over a decade. This is just retreading the same references over and over and over.
It hurts to remember that I didn't love myself for a long time.
If I were a guy, I'd kiss you.
But I'm not. It's not weird because, you know, it's not real. I don't mean it's not real as in it's a video game. I mean real lesbians don't exist, so it doesn't count. Anyway, the real lesbians died out in the 1800s during the Great Pussy Famine. You can see so clearly that this is written to take time, not because they thought any of this was interesting or enjoyable or good. Literally just designed to take up time. That's it. All games are terrible, man. It's all padding, cladding, and when they're not just wasting your time, they're making you watch gay sex. That's all it is in gaming nowadays. Except The Bazaar, Path of Exile, and Minesweeper. If you don't like it, just quit it. This was a gift from my grandmother. I have to play it. Do you know how upset she'd be if I didn't play the game she got me? Guys like Corey only date slutty girls. Anyone can be a slut if they just try. Welcome person new to the channel, by the way. I only play games I don't like. But you f***ing f***. Suck my f*** you. It's the point and click game shit. You try and do something and it says no, I can't go there because that's not it's not worth it yet. Something small changes and then you'll go. We couldn't go there before because the character said no, I can't go in there because the keys won't be in there. And we know the keys aren't in there. We couldn't go in there because the keys wouldn't be in there. Now we know for sure the keys won't be in there. We can go in there. What the fuck? What the f***? Can't go in there. The keys wouldn't be in there. Now I know they're definitely not in there, so I'll go in there. How does it make sense? Make it make sense. Are you kidding? Like, it wasn't subtle before. But this is like too much. We're gonna advance the medium of video games by just making weird ghetto rip-offs of famous books and movies. Yo, hobo posting.
Live back here? I'd never met an unhoused person back then.
Of course, back in '95, we called them street rats. So, okay, unhoused wasn't really a thing people were saying in '95. The voice that said unhoused was the character in 2020 or whatever, during COVID, thinking back. So it would make sense that they might say unhoused.
Raccoon paws resemble human hands.
True.
It helps them
Kind
handle
of.
food and stuff a little bit better.
Oh yeah. Always, it's not random. It's not random, Autumn. It relates to food, so of course she's talking about it. Do people just drink vermouth?
But
We are
someone
still the
always
fat.
tries to order one of the
We
specials at
whip between being young and
9:05.
old fat, babe. Do people just go for, like, vermouth? I've never heard of anyone drinking it on its own. I did mention Jack and Coke earlier, but it's not for me. She'd like a rum and coke because she's from the island. Can't you tell?
How about
Rum.
rum and coke?
I don't know what the fuck I'm
Drink
doing,
specials
bro.
are on the boards.
Bro, I have to mention it again. The Szechuan pepper whiskey sour I had at Tattoo yesterday was... They describe it as transcendent, which is really up their own ass, but it's not overselling it. It is transcendent. It is the best whiskey sour I've ever had. It would have been like very little of the Szechuan peppercorns, because it did not have a significant numbing effect. It was just the flavor and a slight sensation.
No way.
Really beautiful as well. Presentation is pretty cool. It's not a Canada drink, as some people thought it was. That is not a maple leaf. It came like that. I had to suck the ball. You have to suck the Emperor's sweat off a ball, but it's really tasty, okay? Real men ask for well vodka? What do you mean well vodka? Vodka's a girl drink. Did the parental units thing originate from Coneheads? I feel drawn to Autumn. Here we go. Good end.
I feel drawn to Autumn. She's so cool. Like,
I'm being triggered. They need another trigger warning. The touching the ring finger is like giving me Married at First Sight flashbacks. Whenever the relationships go really badly, especially if they go really badly early, you can see the person who's upset fiddling with the wedding ring all the time. So, like, subconsciously going... And she's doing it all the time in this.
know more about her, you know? That bully stole her keys. She was...
Why do you let your girlfriend's TV taste affect your psyche? Because she's pretty. Imagine if instead of, like, hashtag BLM, it was just hashtag firecrackers.
$11.
You know, nicer than I'd
You
expect
want
at a
us to
place
pay
like
now or
this.
start a tab?
You know what's with me and making me want to laugh constantly? That lady in the background.
My mom found a package on her.
She keeps cycling between looking like Bill Clinton and George Lucas. The old lady on the left in the background. It's f***ing George Lucas in the back, dog.
Somehow.
It's f***ing me up. Did it really just meander for like a f***ing hour before starting the plot again? You've not played the Don't Nod game before, have you?
That first button on the left. Make it stick, 'cause I can. In the park till it's dark.
He eats dick like I can in the park until it's dark? What?
I'm gonna do a trick. Make it land. Make it
She really is WPC!
stand.
Holy shit! This is amazing. That's a rap. It's not a rap just because a black woman's singing. It's still rock. Alright? Or punk. Yeah, the JebCon stream. The JebCon stream is long deleted. You'll never see it.
Are we...
From when I was 17 in Germany. I liked it when Tim walked into the bathroom with his cameraman and filmed a kid peeing. It's funny, that's good shit because it sounds like an absurd scenario, but it's also a reference to something that did happen, man. Not to me, though. Do you remember the Dr. Piss Respect, Dr. Disrespect Your Privacy shit? That fucking dude was IRL streaming and just going into the bathrooms with a live camera. What the f***? Just f***ing common sense. What the f*** was that? Did Dan Clancy fap to it? I don't know. I think that man is like too old and crispy to fap. No, he watches the Twitch thoughts, just nostalgically remembering what it was like to have a, you know, lead in the pencil. What it was like to have a loaded gun. It always tickles me. It always tickles me jumping back in the chat for a second. Harmful! That's not important. Please, Harmful, go back to talking about black schizophrenics who think streamers are talking to them through the screen. Harmful, you have to talk about something important, like some f***ing dumb libtard talking about Wolfenstein. Okay. You know, the normal things you normally make videos about. Thought Slime said something insane! That's what matters. Jesus Christ. Don't f*** with mushrooms would be my suggestion.
People. Right, Fluff Butt? Pretty sure I was born the wrong species.
Shut up. You know what? I'm gonna defend her to some degree. I think the average plant is more appealing to look at than the average person. A bad looking plant is still just like,
Where'd I put those cats?
it's a plant. Like, I'm not disgusted by a bad looking plant. It's just like, it's a plant that doesn't look healthy, or like it's not too exciting. A bad looking person makes me feel sick, makes me want to get off the bus and escape them. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be real with you right now. This little model, I think it looks fantastic. I think this looks brilliant. Problem. Balatro is an entire game of little cards that look incredible and feel tactile, and all bring me back to being a small child collecting Pokemon cards. This vaguely combines me remembering AOL demo discs and getting a floppy disk that I can play a little Hot Wheels game on that came with a hydroplane Hot Wheels car. But it only has 1 or 2. So, Buzzy, are you playable? If this were an indie game, this would be entirely playable.
Time to feast.
As in, it would be its own minigame you could spend a significant amount of time on. Do you guys remember the original Digimon? If you cut a Pokemon card and slid it, you know the little slot where the plastic goes in, the little plastic tag goes in that you have to pull out to connect the battery? If you reset it and with it by putting a piece of card in there and pulling out over and over again, sometimes it glitches and would give you a very powerful Digimon.
She wouldn't get you tampons?
She said only loose girls used them.
Oh. Mom called me
Using
loose.
them.
If you were loose, wouldn't it be the opposite? If you were loose, wouldn't the tampon fall out? True. It wouldn't be functional if you were loose. True. I don't know what... Okay. Sorbet's great. I love sorbet. Wouldn't trade it for anything. But, regardless, I am not a cat person. And I think this is demonstrated in the difference between my girlfriend and I when she is somewhere we don't want her to do. When she is somewhere we don't want her to be. We'll be in bed. Sorbet will get onto the bed, and she'll get into a position that means my girlfriend has to curl up into an uncomfortable shape laying down. And she'll just let it happen. When Sorbet's in somewhere I don't want her to be, I just like poke her, and she leaves. Or I poke her and she looks at me, and then I poke her again and she leaves. That's my strat. Oh, other real life lore. I did viciously attack my girlfriend last night. Many woman enjoyers will be aware of the pleasure of simply stroking and playing with a girl's hair, and they enjoy it as well. Now, sometimes when you're playing with the hair and you have a brush, you'll hit like a little knot, and you can sort of clamp the hair behind the knot and pull it. I was just using my fingers. We were watching TV, and I hit a knot. And I thought if I just suddenly go, ah, the knot would come apart. The knot did not come apart. Instead, I was just like yanking her hair out. Whoops. They're baiting us so hard with the Stephen King and the It specifically references. What happened as kids is going to be nothing, isn't it? It's going to be nothing. This is going to be some Gone Home level trash. Is the reveal going to be actually everyone's gay, not just 9 out of 10 people? Probably see a clown? We already saw a clown. So I've noticed something. I've been looking a lot of high-rated restaurants, a bunch of restaurants that have Michelin stars. And a big element of getting the higher stars is service. And unfortunately, it does rather seem that good service can be interpreted as servers basically f***ing harassing you and not shutting the f*** up when you're trying to eat, right? I want to have at least one legit, very good, high-tier kaiseki experience when we're in Japan in November. So I look for like high-end kaiseki, and 2 Michelin star modern kaiseki den in Tokyo comes up. This, in my opinion, looks like torture. Let me show you a little clip of this experience. Whoops. Explain the dish, sure, but
so usually it's a wafer sandwich with red beans inside. So if it were a traditional restaurant, this would usually be your last course as a dessert.
Yeah, no, shut up.
We're not very traditional. We're
I know you're not. Shut up.
with a dessert.
Shut up. Shut up.
If there's something different inside, you can just take that from the second.
Shut up!
and see what it is.
Shut up! Shut up! I don't know if anyone else feels like this. Is it just me? And then this shit is the worst.
It's not often you find a restaurant with a sense of humor.
This is not true! This motherfucker has eaten at 2 restaurants. All of the fucking high-end restaurants that do tasting menus, fucking all of them. It's hard to find one that doesn't do gimmick shit, comedy shit. Very, very fucking hard to find one that does not do it. Shut up, Glorious Gluttony. I hate you. Although this was 6 years ago, so all high-end restaurants are quirked up. Super untrue. I used to think it was really cool, the places that did the novelty dishes and had a sense of humor and so on and so forth. Nope. No. I am on board with more normal but hyper solid, hyper delicious dishes. Give me tattoo. Give me what do I want to say? Le Gavroche. Give me Le Gavroche. Give me French cuisine. Give me modern Chinese even. These 50 dishes of Twitter memes? No. I have eyes. Go away. I don't know. I don't like this kind of service. It said what it is on the menu. I can see it. Leave me the f alone. I don't care that your nephew was just born in Nepal. I don't give a f. I don't care where you went on vacation. I don't care where the chef grew up. F off. Let me eat. Anyway, back to the video game. I told you about that, didn't I? Nell in Sydney. It was like 10, 11, 12 or something. Course dinner. We got the drinks pairing, and the guy who did the drinks was coming over and like, oh, I feel a connection to you. I want to tell you about my little nephew who's born in Nepal. I can't. I'd go and see him, but I don't have the money for it. It's like, are you begging? What is happening? Go away from me, you f***ing weirdo. Also, all these drinks taste like vinegar. Now, I normally shy away from saying controversial things on stream or things that could potentially get me in trouble. But I'm about to step outside of the comfort zone, and I'm going to take a huge risk. I think being morbidly obese, even if you're just a teenager, is probably bad. How long have you been playing this? Shouldn't you know the setup to the story by now? This is a game for women. Nothing happens. The value from a story such as this comes from the mention of periods. Remember when you were a fat baby? And things like that. Member berries and... Wow, they talked about periods in a video game.
Around.
Ugh, I hate this. Why does shit always go wrong for me?
Again, in the boy version of this, the boy just goes, ah! And then leaves it.
I'm so sorry.
Did I tell you? Not last night, but the night before. I woke up at 2 a.m. with a bellyache, and I was on the bathroom from 2 a.m. I was on the toilet in the bathroom from 2 a.m. until like 7, and then I was awake in bed until like 8:30, and then I went to sleep until like 10:30. So I got all sleep. But the important detail here is, while I was in the bathroom in extreme pain, I was watching videos on my phone, and YouTube decided to show me, hey, this guy lost all his limbs from this like rare condition. I click play. So it started when I woke up in the middle of the night feeling extreme pain in my belly and I was stuck on the toilet. Ah! Not what I needed to f***ing see. Tailored too precisely. Eerily, horrifyingly precisely. Man.
Usually,
the purpose of the orange glasses is, I'm just really scared and triggered by Trump. And when you wear orange glasses, you can't see him. If Trump appears on the screen right now, he just doesn't, I can't see him. He's filtered.
Oh, and s'mores.
Sure. And pizza.
Couldn't eat marshmallows for years.
Of course.
When I was a little kid, we went to Center Parcs every year as a vacation. One year, we roasted a bunch of marshmallows on the fireplace in our little holiday apartment, and I ate so many I got violently ill, and I just puked and puked and puked, and it just tasted like burnt marshmallows. Acidic burnt marshmallows. And for like a decade plus, I could not eat a marshmallow without feeling really sick. No problem now, though. In the UK, can I bum a smoke sounds way more sus.
I smoked with Nora because I wanted to fit in. But to be honest, I hated the smell. And the taste.
An indirect kiss.
Oh. Oh yeah, shit, Nora, I forgot you have AIDS. shouldn't be putting this in my mouth. On top of our usual reality TV show stuff, we've been watching Love is Blind Germany, and it's messing me up because the subtitles, they're not deceptive, but there'll be something like the guy says, tomorrow I'm flying home. Or rather, the guy will say, tomorrow I'm flying home. And the subtitle will be like, I've decided for sure I'm leaving the experiment. It's like, yeah, that's what it means, but you don't need to localize it that much. It's not really localization, because he could feasibly say the same thing in English, and it would be understood, and it would be fine. How old do you reckon these girls are? Probably like 12? I don't know, smoking at 12 is pretty crazy. Probably not 12, 13, 14, I don't know. They said it. I didn't. This is gonna shock you, Hex, but I didn't pay much attention. Okay, I was a bit younger than them. Did I tell you what one of my first bands, middle school bands, was called? I was in a fucking band called Involuntary Abortion. And I was talking with one of the members we sat next to each other in religious studies class, and we were talking about it, and our religious studies teacher, who was also a musician, who's a drummer, stopped us and was telling us that the name the name was like too rough, and he has to say to us that he doesn't approve of it. And he suggested calling it involuntary insemination instead. And we, of course, immediately said, "Sir, that's rape." You want our band to be called Rape? And I don't remember what happened after that, but I think we stopped talking about it. I can't remember the names of all the songs. One of the songs was called Amniotic Whiplash. We are the rapists? We are the Call of Duty Mobile CIA of the US. Another band I was in my teens, that I had no control over the name or the lyrics or anything. I just wrote the guitar parts, and I did not like the name of it. So the band was originally called To Get Her, and then the name was changed to Bankroll Murder. And I played with a lot of other guys in a lot of bands that weren't even necessarily formally bands. And one year for Valentine's, there was a concert where you'd have people playing piano, you'd have small ensembles, you'd have people playing oboe and stuff. And then there was a chunk where it was all bands I was in. One of them, the audience seemed to be okay with and seemed to enjoy. We played Dying in Your Arms by Trivium, and we played Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation by Trivium. I played the Corey solos. And where things went a little wrong was when I switched to that other band I just mentioned, and we played the Black Dahlia Murders version of Paint It Black. Now, our amps were not mic'd. Earlier, they had a classical guitarist whose guitar was mic'd, and he played very quietly. So the levels were put very, very high on that mic. Our vocalist was given that mic, and they did not change the levels. And when he started screaming, the lights broke. And the younger audience members were screaming. You want it to be true? This is absolutely real. This is absolutely real. That was also during a period where I was an insufferable straight edge kid, where I would avoid drugs, or what I would consider drugs, to the point where if someone offered me a piece of chocolate, I'd reject it because of its caffeine content. Look at how you've fallen, coffee head. I'm drinking a Honduran coffee right now. Nice naturally processed coffee. With slightly tart hints of baked plum and the sweetness of honeycomb. Can I just wait and never do it? Press E to blow. I lived in a sort of semi-posh, I don't know how to describe it. Certainly posh areas of the town I lived in. I lived in a town called Tame, a little market town in Oxfordshire. On the way to the secondary school I went to, called Lord Williams, one of the ways you could get there was via a nature reserve. In that nature reserve is where everyone would buy drugs from drug dealers. But also, here's a fun bit of lore. Some girl, I think in years below me, got raped in the nature reserve. Violently by a stranger. And then everyone changed their walking routes to school. Temporarily. Also, the sort of vice head of the school. God, it's all coming back to me. One of the drug dealers got really bold and would come into the school. And he got into a fist fight with the vice head one day. I think my memory is only a couple blows were traded and then he just left. Seems like a good game to reminisce about teenage years with, right? As a teen, I enjoyed sport, but only the sports I wanted to do. I liked badminton, I liked rugby. Everything else, that. Every PE lesson, I would go into the sixth form toilets, lower the seat of a toilet, cross my legs and lock the door so it looked like no one was in there. and I had my little green Game Boy Color, and I would play Super Mario, the 6 Golden Rings. And you know what was sick? The PE teachers 100% knew what I was doing, but also I was involved in extracurricular sports, and they never did anything about it. I never ever got in any trouble for it, and I think it's just because of that. You liked rugby because you were 130 kilograms. Same here. That's fair. I wasn't quite 130 kilos in my teens, but I was a chunky boy. Unsurprisingly, you can probably guess I was a flanker. Your job is to, if the other team has the ball, hurt the person who has the ball. By the way, me showcasing this game is a peace offering to the lolicons. Just like when I played Nekopara. There you go. Acne physics. I'm gonna brain rape maybe one person in chat. Did anyone else learn about the existence of lapis lazuli from Final Fantasy IX in that city? The city where the hunt happens? Somewhere in there you pick up lapis? Learned it from Minecraft. Damn. You all learned about it from Minecraft? I'm sorry, this is a stream for adults. No. Although Minecraft is pretty old nowadays, isn't it? You're 25 years old and grew up on Minecraft? It's over. No offense, but it's over. When you were a teen, you'd absolutely have had a crush on someone like Nora. Yeah, but as a teen, like if you were going through puberty, you'd have a crush on anything that is alive and vaguely jiggles. So, it doesn't mean much, brother. Don't feel bad about it. Why is the game automatically zooming me into the teen armpit? What is going on here? Did this game receive US aid money? Rats are cool.
I wanted to ask you guys something.
I like rats.
What is it? Is it a secret?
Do you guys know about boggling? Do you know what rats do when they're happy? It's insane. When rats are happy, they do something called boggling. Look at the eyes. Ready? They go, whoa, 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 whoa. You're gonna see that in your dreams. You're gonna have a dream of like your celebrity crush, and she's gonna take her bra off, and underneath it's gonna be rats' eyes pulsing.
Our curse.
This is my curse. The longing. Social justice curse.
I should have put up the red flag that you would be a fucking drag. And then the next line's like, see you in hell. You'll fit in well. I'll be
Cobra
your queen,
hours.
and you'll be under my spell. In hell.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's tight, cat. So sick. I have like...
There are 30-year-old women on Twitter who are impressed by these lyrics and are not consuming this as, haha, how nostalgic, I remember being a cringe tween or cringe teen. There are women on Twitter who are like, these girls are so cool. How many people have played this game? I don't know, but you have made me curious. This came out recently. How many people are playing it right now? Bloom Rage, Steam charts. 760 players as of 14 minutes ago. All-time peak at 1,700 concurrents. She went in on that cut. My mom said I was born with something special in my blood. Let's share it. It'll make us stronger than ever.
You'll fit in well.
Do you guys remember that magazine that was printed with AIDS?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Time to crack open the browser again. Let me Google gay AIDS blood magazine. That's the one. First result. Back in 2015, a German magazine used HIV-positive blood to print the issue. They mixed a bunch of AIDS blood into the ink.
Quick video.
Now, the process involved heating it in such a way that there'd be no living virus, but still.
Do it again.
Just put people with AIDS in the microwave. Just put them in there in 1 minute blasts. I'm good. I did the memoir. Can I stop?
That was good.
The problem with this is not exactly that it's cringe, because it's very clearly meant to be cringe. This is meant to be like, oh man, I remember being a cringe teenager. They're so cringe. They're just like me or whatever. But it's also just really boring and nothing is happening. What's my go-to in terms of first cocktail? I am normally really attracted to old fashions. I normally like to go for an old fashioned if they have an interesting one on the menu, or just a regular old fashioned. I can easily also be tempted by a zombie. If they have a zombie on the menu and they brag about it, and they brag about their rum mix, maybe, I can be tempted to go for a zombie. If you're in the UK and you like old fashions, there is a place in Chester called... Shit. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a speakeasy styled bar. It's a speakeasy styled bar that does not advertise itself. They have an entire page of old-fashioned variations, and I recommend... God, what's it called? The place, whatever. Look for like Secret Bar Chester Speakeasy. You'll find it, whatever it's called. Prohibition! It's called Prohibition. It's called Prohibition in Chester. The two cocktails I had there were brilliant. The old-fashioned I had was their peanut butter old-fashioned, served with peanut butter-filled pretzels. The other drink I had was called It's Toasted, their cigarette-inspired cocktail. You've never had tobacco liqueur? A bar that used to exist in Oxford but was killed, I think, by COVID, although they do have some other location that might have some crossover. Raoul's Bar in Oxford served a delicious cocktail called Smokin' Aces that featured tobacco liqueur that I liked a lot.
Just out of curiosity, why'd you leave this place? Was it school?
My dad got it.
What if this game is meant to increase birth rates? It's consider who the target audience is, and now realize that the message is, you are a fat lesbian, none of the attractive lesbians want you. Settle with the man. Elon Musk made this game. The other day, Warrior Wang, someone was getting repeatedly dinked by Automod just for saying that they're not trans. Forcefully transitioned by the Twitch AI. And they were... Yeah, Creepy Psychopath was literally just saying, I am not transgender, and like, I am not trans. They weren't like dog whistling or saying something up or saying anything else. They were literally just writing like, I am not trans, I am not trans, and Automod said, no, you can't say that. You want secret lore? I have a monobrow, but I shave the middle. So in a sense, I do shave my eyebrows. You are supposed to pluck your eyebrows, not shave them. I said I had a monobrow, I didn't say I'm gay. It's called a unibrow? Nah, that's when your face only has one wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. This is the worst game Don't Nod have ever put out. By a lot. A lot of people assume because I'm a YouTuber that people I'd be envious of are like popular YouTubers. No, I'm envious of the motherfuckers who have like family homes in Alaska that turn out to be on a bunch of valuable minerals or oil or something, and they sell the rights to it for such a sum that they're just set for life. F those people. F you. That should have been me.
I've always wanted to go to Alaska. Camp in Denali. Oh, maybe see some grizzlies.
I always want to just look out over the water and see Russia.
I could go see those places when they're not like full of tourists.
Oh, maybe we can all go together someday.
Yeah.
I remember there's a classic video of, oh man, I watched, there's this YouTuber I watched who lived in a desert somewhere or near a desert, and he met with another YouTuber and they went on a desert walk, and he's filming, and the other guy does this jump, and he says, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't do that, and I didn't know you were familiar enough to be comfortable doing stuff like that. And the guy goes, what do you mean? And the camera zooms in and shows that he jumped over a rattlesnake and didn't know he was he didn't know he was doing it. Spooktober? Isn't that just like the racist name for Juneteenth? I love on my VODs when I talk about going to Japan in November, and I have people going like, oh, there's this place you gotta visit when you're there. It's really good. I heard about it like from my cousin or whatever. It's called Shibuya? I wouldn't do this to Lucky Bee, but can you imagine I meet someone and I'm like, Tim desu. Dozo yoroshiku. Watashi wa America jin desu. Hiroshima sumimasen. Nagasaki sumimasen. Baby, you have no idea. I'm a kinky goblin.
Oh
she's
Okay, let's go for this.
baby. You have no idea.
This is uncomfortable.
Anyway, yeah. I've done it.
Oh.
I met this guy at a wedding.
Groomer detective.
I was
Literal
married,
groomsman.
He was a groomsman.
This is called teens making up stories. The hell is crinoline?
Anyway, I don't
Sounds like Russian propaganda to me. Viking des, Viking des, Viking des, Viking des.
Oh, there was that one with Cat.
What are you watching? Apparently the state of culture. The state of modern culture.
Nora is way too excited about this.
Oh, shut up. I'm doing it.
I made the lolicons too angry.
Ball of hormones exploding all over.
So now we're watching children get undressed. to send them into their gooning state so they'll settle down again. 5-finger fillet. Is Rusty Cage?
Let's see how fast you can go. Ready? Countdown.
You know how it goes. She looks like she needs Bruce Willis to guide her right through the middle of her hand. It's just a dagger with +5 lightning damage, +1 to 5 lightning damage. It's no big deal.
What do you remember, Nora?
Got a COD hit marker on the table. I think anyone who ever says they love logic, or they like, I just like to think logically. Anyone who says, like, I like to think logically, looking at this logically, the logical solution is this, should be forced to solve a big old Minesweeper grid with a bunch of mines in it. You love logic, huh? Flag every mine.
Wonderland.
Really? Maybe. But it might also be something terrible. I bring a gift. I seek your guidance.
Is that a f***ing pog?
With this, everyone thinks they know what's
Throw an
best
Alf
for me.
into the demon hole.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please. Pretty please with sugar on top.
Okay, calm down, JD Vance. This is what the Zelensky should have done.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm on the clock. Get on the fucking bike.
I wish for the ability to give people tinnitus.
I'm not. You want to know my dreams? You gotta give me something first.
Please, magic hole, make me white. Strong or free? Strong. So be it.
I bring a gift. I seek your guidance.
Guidance from the French Guidance?
Like a swarm of moths blocking out the light.
What?
So I can protect us.
I wish for the power of a swarm of moths. Bro, the devil's like tricking people with technical rules lawyering in the most devious language tricks you've ever heard in your life. Sleight of hand, demonic contracts, and you're asking to be strong as a swarm of moths? He's like, fine. Fine, have it.
And keep us together. Forever.
She just collapses. Her form no longer able to be supported by her skeleton. I wished to be powerful like a bean in the wind.
On a book.
I told you guys I was thinking about splashing out on a Karam table, right?
What's your audience? Young adult. It's a
Oh
horror
god.
novel.
I told you about
these
that, right?
teenagers that
Karam is like, I think it's Indian pool, where it's discs and you flick the disc instead of hitting a ball with a stick. 9.9 million views.
सब्सक्राइब करें स्ट्राइक एंड पॉकेट चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए कैरम-रिलेटेड वीडियोस सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Whoa, this you can't say that on Twitch. Here it is. Oh! Short for magazine.
What's a zine? It's like a homemade magazine. It's awesome. They print people's art and writing. Some of it's really out there, but like in the best way. They put it all on the line.
Yeah, but most people are mongs who don't want to hear from. That's the problem. Wow, isn't it great that anyone can publish stuff now? Have you fucking played Mario Maker? Have you experienced what the average person creates? Have you looked at Twitter? I bloom every day. I bloom my coffee grounds. That's how much of a coffee hipster I am. Is this the end? Only the first half is out, by the way. They are not hitting the tone at all. Ah! Girls are evil. Their fat friend will tell them they feel ugly, and then their advice will be like, yeah, put on makeup so you look like a clown. Dye your hair blue. Chili grape. This is for the Amanda romance. Is this the same layout as the crack den in Before the Storm or whatever? Do you know how much those f***ing boots cost? Marilyn Manson's in this game. This is the woman who grows up to be the chungus woman on a reality TV show. Every season of like Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, whatever, they have like one chungus woman and one chungus guy.
Hey, what is it? We should try this.
Up, right,
Looks
left,
like a
up, down.
combination.
Up, right, left, up, down.
Maybe he got it from Dylan. Smash it, Swan. Do it.
Are you guys sure about this? We should try that code Swan found.
Dude, breaking it is faster. Just it worked.
I love that they're like, we should try that code. I think this is the code. There's a code there. We should use that code. That's not meant to be atmosphere or realistic talking. That is for the player. That is representative of who plays this game. Just to be entirely clear. Just that on the one to the left. That does that one as well, you f***ing fuck. Look, you don't understand. When you're streaming, when you're like talking to people and you're streaming, you cannot do basic things.
That looks good.
Number one piece of advice to anyone who decides to start streaming: do not do any kind of logic puzzle on stream. Do not do any even basic arithmetic on stream. Just don't do it. You can't do it. It's impossible. Any streamer, any pro streamer, famous streamer will back me up on this.
Start the drum machine for me.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's our part. We're in the band, guys. We press go on the drum machine.
Go. What's up, dumb fucks?
Ready? Yeah.
We're Bloom and Rage. Are you fucking listening?
Hey, what's going on?
Ready?
Did you just cough something up? We're the vape gapers, nation alive. He's into it. He's gonna fuck those kids. I'm gonna block you on Twitter. Harassment against TOS. Plus, you're racist. Plus, you're white. This whole game is like stuff that goes on ambiently in a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater level, but not in a good way. Dustborn clears this easily. Dustborn is way better than this. These are like the losers whose equipment you'd break by doing a grind on it.
Past your bedtime. All done.
Go back to Final Fantasy 15, bro.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Seriously. Fuck off. You can't stop us.
What? Maybe we should bounce. Those girls were breaking and entering. I saw it. Call the cops.
Seriously?
Go back to Oblivion, lady.
You broke in? What the hell is going on? Like, ever since you met these girls, you've been acting like a total psycho.
So what?
Go ahead. Tell Mom I broke in. I don't care. I don't believe you. Who's playing game
Is there
leader here,
crystal
huh?
magic?
Fess up, or I'm calling the cops.
I broke in.
I broke in. Kat did nothing wrong. Please don't
Stop
blame
it,
her.
Swan. Just fuck off.
Don't tell
Dylan.
your parents, please.
Not surprised you're part of this, freak. I knew you were trouble.
Screw you!
The lips,
Come
man.
on. Don't
So
ruin
good.
this for me. Didn't Mom tell you to stop seeing these girls?
Didn't Mom say to stop being gay?
You so much. I'm looking
Your lesbian
out for
antics
you,
must
Kat.
come to an end.
I'm always looking out for you. Don't you get it?
Call the cops already, or I'll haul them in myself.
Yell at her again, and I'll knock your drunk ass on
Back
the ground.
off.
Don't talk to me
Let
like
me
that,
handle
you
this.
fucking whore.
Hey,
Corey, stop.
stay out of this.
Get these girls under control.
Hey,
He looks like a EverQuest 2 human.
Shut the fuck up already.
Fuck you.
What's his problem?
Shut your mouth.
You've got my back, Swan. Always.
Dude, calm down.
Moth mode activated. Sorry, is this the sequel to Max's autistic journey?
screw you. For the fear, the harassment, and the harm that you did.
Oh, she's stroking out, bro.
Do you hear me? Stupid, dumb, fucking assholes. Cut.
Crazy bitch wished for leukemia.
What should we do?
You'll fit in well.
Seriously, Kat. Let's just get out of here.
She needs like a Snickers bar.
Al, stop. I'll be your queen of this infernal hotel.
This is sub itch.io, man.
She's sick. Get it? Leukemia.
Oh my god! I should be given an honorary medical degree.
I knew you'd hurt her. I hate you. All of you.
She could have said that she has cancer. You ever see the episode of Peep Show where like they tell Marco whoever that their kid has leukemia and he goes, well, at least it isn't cancer. It's so good. Leukemia is easily the most woke cancer, so obviously. Guys, there's sad music and cancer mentioned. That means it's emotional. Holy f***, what a piece of shit. This game is just nothing. And then Pink Guy crawls out and says, Mouse, I have the cancer. And then it ends. So anyway, here's an entertainment lawyer talking about it. On consumer responsibility, the penny still hasn't dropped for many consumers. I was browsing reactions to the Lost Records reviews this morning and couldn't believe what I was reading. These reviews aren't that great. I'll wait for episode 2. I was interested, but I'm going to pass. These sentiments coming from self-selecting consumers who are presumably interested in its themes and would claim to be supportive of its developer, but who are still withholding commitment. Withholding commitment to the digital toy. To reiterate, as a consumer, these are the ways you support a product. Well, yeah, they don't want to support it. What if I told... You cannot... Sorry, You cannot add themes relevant to social justice and then turn your product into something people have a commitment to support on a moral basis as a result of it now being social justice product. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. You can buy it full price, ideally pre-ordering it and ideally buying the deluxe version. You can play it and you can get other people to buy and play it. Anything else pales in significance to those three things. You have to support what you want to see. Yeah, but they don't want to see it. It's judging by the reviews, they don't think it's what they want to see. This is particularly true if you're advocating for the niche or varied types of releases. What you say or post does not matter. What you do and especially what you spend does. If you want more of a certain type of game or theme or protagonist, you cannot afford to fence it. You must buy. Get raped. Sorry for the crude language. If you want more fat little kids in your games, if you're a BBW-loving pedophile, buy Bloom and Rage. You must buy Bloom and Rage. In the case of Lost Records, the developer has lost 90% of its market cap over the past 5 years. It has done everything that advocates and activists have clamored for during that period. Whoopsie! Whoopsie! Oops! Oops! Did those advocates and activists buy the game? Are those the people buying it? To consistent commercial failure. Who's the retard then? Who's the retard? You idiot! They did everything social activists wanted, over and over again, consistently losing money, and you're still not buying their games? You idiot, you need to buy their games. Are you insane? Are you in the head? Out of your mind. Out of your mind. Out of your mind. Hey, no one wants to buy any of this shit and it's terrible. And you're a bad person for not buying it. They're coming to the dumbest conclusion. We listened to the activists and advocates, and you're not buying it. Wait, you said you wanted it. No, the activists and advocates said they wanted it, right? Not even people who like social justice stuff want this. There was an interesting little news statement I read. I believe from the owner of Heck. Heck is like a meat brand. They do sausages, they do sausage patties and stuff like that. I believe it was them. The owner made a statement and said, we're pulling all our vegan stuff because activists and the media make this big stink about, oh, vegans want this, there's a huge market for it, vegans want it. Vegans don't want it, they don't buy it. They got tricked into thinking the vegans want it. Like, this isn't these social justice gamers want it, say they want it and then don't buy it. This is people claiming they want it. Not even the twinkiest blue-haired feminist actually wants this. They don't want it. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you for joining me for this torture.